So today we got Quibi. Quibi launched onto app stores around the world, and we finally get our hands on this app. Quibi comes at an interesting time because the streaming wars are at its highest, and a lot of people are really going back to the drawing board, and they're saying, hey, do I really need this streaming app or that streaming app? A lot of people are really looking at what content is available on what, and if they feel like it's not necessary, they're getting rid of those apps. Especially with the world and the state that it's in right now, money can be scarce. And we have to hold on to our finances for sure. Because honestly, right now, if we were to get every single streaming app that has released, you're going to be paying just about as much as you were to be paying for a full-fledged cable package a few years ago, which was the whole point of cutting cable and getting some of these streaming apps. So it's just very interesting. And so Quibi has thrown its hat into the ring, and it's trying to make a case for itself like, hey, I am worth your time and your money. And Quibi's premise is very simple. It has episodes that are 10 minutes or less. It's like mini films. They're cut up into these really small segments that you can watch when you're waiting in line, or when you're about to go to the restroom, or you're sitting on the toilet, whatever. However long it takes you to do a small task, you can turn this on, watch an episode or two, and move on with your day. And that's supposed to be the whole selling point of this app. And for some people, that could be very, very cool. For others like me, not so much. I mean, not that it's not a cool idea, but it doesn't really change what you can already do with some other apps. I can turn a Netflix show on for 10 minutes or less and watch that. It doesn't really change up the whole thing or format too much. But I mean, to each his own. Quibi is available right now for 90 days for free for you to check out yourself. And it has a ton of content on there for you to watch too. Today we're going to be talking about Survive, starring Sophie Turner. You may recognize her from the Game of Thrones series, and she has also played Jean Grey in the X-Men movies. Her acting is really, really good in those films, so it's not surprising that her acting is really good here. In this show, she plays a woman named Jane, who is leaving a mental hospital with a pretty morbid plan. She plans on killing herself on the plane on the way back home from this mental hospital. It's a very sad plot, and the show is really intense in certain parts, and they do not hold back from some of the things that this woman has gone through, some of her thoughts, and so that can be a big trigger for people who are who may be feeling a certain kind of way. So thankfully the show does have kind of a disclaimer at the end, talking about people with certain feelings. Here's where you can go to get help. Now, while the show is well acted, there isn't really much you can glean from the first 3 episodes. At the end of episode 3 is when the show really begins to pick up, and I guess that's like their hooking point. So I mean, but so far we're just kind of getting a background of Jane, who she is and why she ends up where she is at the end of episode 3. We also get Corey Hawkins. He kind of plays like a friend, romantic interest or something, we don't really know yet, who just kind of sees Jane, sees that she's kind of in her own head, she's kind of emotional, and so he kind of latches on to her. He introduces himself, and they kind of build some kind of a bond throughout these episodes. This is probably the most interesting part of what I saw so far. They don't really delve too deep into Jane's psyche. I mean, they talk about it, and you do get her feelings, but they don't really explain why or how she got there. And I'm guessing that the show is probably going to, play some flashbacks or something in the episodes to come to kind of give us like a clearer picture of how Jane got to where she was at the beginning, what's made her feel this way, and is she going to change? Is her thoughts going to change with this guy who she's just met? And the way that episode 3 ends, it seems like she could probably have a different, view of the world and of herself when all of this resolves itself. So so far, I mean, it's I'm gonna be honest, Survive isn't the most interesting show in the world. It does tackle some pretty heavy subject matter, and that may be a little bit too much for certain viewers. I do think that it's probably going to get more interesting. At least I hope it does. The show looks great. I mean, it's impeccably filmed. I just hope that some of the storytelling gets a little bit better and a little bit more interesting, and that they kind of delve deeper, because if they're going to attack this subject matter, I feel like they should attack it head on and really try to send that strong message that I see that they're going for. So the first 3 episodes, they're okay. I wouldn't say that it's worth getting Quibi to watch this show, but if you are interested in Quibi and you do want to check it out, I wouldn't say skip Survive. Go ahead and check it out. Let me know what you guys think. There are some other shows on there that I can review for you. I think the next one I'm going to check out is the Liam Hemsworth-led Most Dangerous Game or something of that sort. So I'm going to check that out. If there's anything else you guys want me to look into, I can do that. There's a ton of content on Quibi right now. And I do plan on watching quite a bit of it. So let me know what you guys think. Should I do that? Are you interested in Quibi at all? And if you are you going to check out Survive? For those of you who did see Survive, do you agree with my sentiment? Do you think that the first 3 episodes were just okay and then it's going to get better? Or are you just not interested at all? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you have not done so already, go ahead and click that subscribe button so that you can get more content like this, which contains movie news, reviews, and reactions from your boy Derek right here at Anamanji. Don't forget to click that like button, and do not forget to click that bell notification so that you will know when I post again. That's all I have for now. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay dope.